How do you not bleed out when someone's actively stabbing you while you're getting banged? I have no interest in those. Love that book. If you're a fan of hand necklaces, check it out. I'm never gonna read that book, but why? Hi, I'm Madison and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm reacting to your best books of 2022 so far. I got this video idea from Jess over at Priest Love Books because she comes up with some really fun ideas, and so I thought this would be a really cool one to do. It is 11:51 p.m. Why? On a Monday? Come on, New York. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the very first one we have is The Midnight Library. I haven't read this, but I have seen a lot of really amazing things come from this book. I found that it's a book that a lot of people don't think that they're gonna like, and then everyone ends up freaking loving it. I think it might be getting an adaptation as well, so it's definitely on my radar. We then have someone say the Zodiac Academy series. It's not good writing, but I'm obsessed with it anyway. I've been so tempted to read this series, but I'm also terrified to read it for two reasons. The main reason why I'm actually terrified to read it is I'm afraid that I'm actually gonna like it and then I'm gonna lose my entire life to reading that series, because they're like 600 to 700 pages each. And there's so many of them. And I'm like, to read all of them at once, I would lose like a whole month of my life to those books. And I don't think I have the time for that. I really don't. This person says Outlander. I haven't read Outlander, but I love the TV show, so I 100% understand how that could be a favorite book that you've read this year. This one says, Just Like Heaven and Sinning Like Hell by ᴛɪධᴛᴏᴜ. This duet is everything. Oh, a duet. Oh, I recognize this cover. Wait, but is this set in high school or is it set in college? ᴛɪධᴛᴏᴜ brings you a dark Romeo and Juliet reimagining with a hero from the wrong side of the tracks who will burn everything to the ground for this girl. Another person says Heartbones by Colleen Hoover. I've only read It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. I don't want to say I don't want to read Colleen Hoover, but I'm just not I don't have some burning desire to read her, you know? She's an author, she's there, she seems cool, but she's not the number one author I'm yeeting myself into oblivion to read, you know? But Heartbones, if you like that, I'll definitely bump it up on my Colleen Hoover mental TBR for her books. This person says A Court of Mist and Fury. Oh, I love that for you. Oh, I still remember the first time I read A Court of Mist and Fury. God, that was so long ago. This person says The Ravenhood series by Kate Stewart. I have heard amazing things about the Ravenhood series. This was really popular, I think, on Book Talk, and so I definitely want to get to this series. I've heard that it is I don't know, I feel I saw a lot of people read book one and they were like, oh, my brain is blown, and something like that. I could be making that up. So it says, this trilogy is a gritty modern day take on Robin Hood. It's an unconventional love story of bad boys and anti-heroes filled with suspense, steam, major twists, and a little action. Oh, I didn't realize it was based on Robin Hood. My dumbass would have totally read this entire series and probably not made that connection without a doubt. So that's cool. Vipers and Virtuosos by Savannah Miller. This is from Savannah Miller's Promises and Pomegranate series. I believe this is a Hades and Persephone series. I've seen kind of mixed things about this series, but the covers are super gorgeous, but I'm pretty sure the books are 500, 600 pages, and I do not have the patience for that right now. But it is a popular fantasy romance series, so I have seen that around. This person says The Redemption by Nikki Sloan, the entire series TBH. So this is the Filthy American series, I think, by Nikki Sloan. I've read The Initiation. I enjoyed The Initiation. I was just too lazy to spend money to buy the rest of the books in the series to keep on going with it, because I think I bought The Initiation when it was on sale, so I got it for half price. I liked it, honestly. It's a messed up series, and I actually think I would enjoy it more now than when I first read it. The First to Die at the End. Is that next book by What's-His-Face? From They Both Die at the End? I have no interest in those. I'm pretty sure that's going to be a lot of people's favorite books of the year. It's not my wheelhouse. Den of Vipers? Bruh. Kudos to you for saying that's your fave book of this year. I respect that. I'm never going to read that book, but I hella respect that. For me, I just know that there's a scene in it where they're banging and he's actively stabbing her while they're banging. And you know what? There's something about that knife play that just isn't that sexy to me. You know, I like nice knife play. I don't really dig murdering knife. I don't get how you don't bleed out. How do you not bleed out when someone's actively stabbing you while you're getting banged? I just don't get it. But Den of Vipers it definitely has always intrigued me. Maybe one day I will pick it up, but I don't know, dude. This person says Twisted Love by Anna Huang. Hey, welcome to the Twisted series. I love that. I love Anna so much. I'm so excited for Twisted Lies that comes out from when I'm filming this in 2 weeks, and I'm super, super stoked about it. Oh, Iron Widow. Iron Widow. That is definitely a by Sharon Jezal, and that is a YA sci-fi fantasy book, and I'm so intrigued by it. Definitely want to pick it up. But I've been having not a lot of luck with YA fantasy sci-fi books recently, so I don't want to pick anything up. Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover. Wow, I'm actually there should be quite a few Colleen Hoovers on this. I would not be surprised. Reminders of Him, I actually own that. That's about the girl, she ends up in like jail or something and then comes back when she gets out of jail to like find her kid, and then she gets her kid back into custody and is like trying to look after them and juggle her job and falls in love with a guy, I think, who lives below her. Seems interesting. I'm definitely like, I want to read that one. I own, so I think that would be like the next Colleen Hoover I would read. This one says The Mile High Club series by T.L. Swan. I've heard a lot of hype about this series, although I have heard that the first book is like meh and the second book is really good. I also know that they're super long, so like I think that's the reason why I haven't picked these books up yet, is because they're so long and I get so discouraged when I see a romance book is over 500 pages. I'm like, but why? But then also any of the romance books that I've read that have been 500-600 pages, I've loved. So I don't really know why I'm talking out of my ass here. So Forced Bonds, which is the bonds that tie book 4. This is a reverse harem series. Okay, this is book 4 in that series, but this is the reverse harem series that a lot of people have recommended to me since I've started reading more reverse harems. And I do plan on picking them up because they're gorgeous, but I just haven't yet. And I don't know if the series is finished yet, but I know that it wasn't when I first looked at picking it up, and I prefer my reverse harems to be finished before I pick them up, because I've always found that reverse harems always end on really awful cliffhangers, and I don't like to do that to myself. So, but this is definitely one that I want to read. I don't know what it's about, and I don't want to know what it's about before I go into it, so sorry. If you're interested, you can Google it yourself. House of Sky and Breath. I'm actually surprised it's the first time I've seen someone say House of Sky and Breath on here. Like, I thought that would be a lot more people. I will admit, I'm not gonna lie, I recently filmed my media book freakout tag and I forgot that even came out this year. Like, it has been a long ass year, but I loved that book. That book was freaking phenomenal. What a wild ride. I cannot wait to reread that again next year. It's gonna be the best thing ever. Hands down, love that book. Oh my God, someone else said Heartbones by Colleen Hoover. Carnal Urges by J.T. Gessinger. Love. I gave Carnal Urges, I think, a 4-star. I actually preferred Ruthless Creatures to Carnal Urges, which is kind of surprising. I don't know why. I really did enjoy Carnal Urges. It's a mafia romance. It's kept a captive. The guy is an Irish mob and he captures a girl who is not affiliated with the mafia, but has some reasons as to why he's capturing her. I enjoyed it. It was really funny and good, but it kind of missed the mark for some weird reason. Facing the Enemy by Emmy Clayton. The hero is way too over the top, and JP, it gives me vibes. And JP? What the hell does JP mean? But I'm gonna look at the book anyway. Facing the Enemy. Ooh, this cover. Hello. Who are you? What do you get when you have the power and freedom to do whatever you wish? A psychopath who has no conscience where others are concerned. Oh, senior year at Windsor Academy is underway. Oh, is this set in high? I don't do that. I'm so sorry. I can't do high school set smart. Legendborn. Oh, I love Legendborn. That's one of my favorite YA fantasies from 2021, and the sequel is coming out this year. I'm super excited for it. 5 out of 5 stars. It is a modern day King Arthur Knights of the Round Table retelling, and it is very, very good. Highly recommend it, especially if you like morally grey magicians. And I have such a soft spot for morally grey magicians, so delicious. Someone then says From Blood and Ash. Fair enough. I didn't love From Blood and Ash, but I like people who like it. I think that's awesome. I wish I liked From Blood and Ash more, because then I would have continued up the series, but I gave book 1 a 3.5. Next Year Havana was pretty amazing, but for Spice, Hooked has been my favorite read. I love Hooked by Emily McIntyre. That was a book that I gave 4 out of 5 stars, and then I kept thinking about Hooked for days and days and days, and I was like, it's a 5-star. It still to this day has not left my brain. It is amazing. It is a Captain Hook reimagining, not a retelling. It's a reimagining with like Wendy Darling and all that kind of stuff. It is freaking phenomenal. Has some of the best breath play you will ever read. If you're a fan of hand necklaces, check it out. This person says Scarred Regrets by Adelaide Forrest. I'm pretty sure that's part of her mafia romance series. Adelaide Forrest is a mafia romance author I have wanted to get to. She is on my romance. She is on my romance. She is on my radar. So definitely kudos there. Someone said Layla by Colleen Hoover. Yeah, I'm expecting a lot of Colleen Hoover in here. Ninth House, The Merciful Crow, The Gilded Cage. This person's got all these YA fantasies, but I love Ninth House and The Merciful Crow. Two of my favorite books of all time. Haven't read The Gilded Cage or Dance of Thieves. Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I still have not read a single Emily Henry book, which I think would surprise a lot of people. Emily Henry is super hyped, and I get terrified reading hyped romance book authors. It's like I have like an aversion to it. My body just like instantly rejects the idea of reading them. Credence by Penelope Douglas. Kudos to you. I could never read that book because the familiar relation implications in it is a bit too much for me. But kudos to you, especially because it's got a gorgeous ass cover. All Roads Lead Here. Oh my God, that's one of my friends said that. I love All Roads Lead Here. I've only read 2 Mariana Zapatas, but it's my favorite Mariana Zapata. If you've ever wanted to read Mariana Zapata but haven't because you're too afraid to, trust me, read All Roads Lead Here. It is, in my opinion, her best one. I've only read 2 of them, but it's her best one. There Are No Saints by Sophie Lark. Oh, if you like a really messed up serial killer romance, read There Are No Saints. Love that. Really great spicy scenes. Super messed up. It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. I read that. It didn't make me cry, and that made me depressed. The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. That book is like a pure dose of serotonin right to your soul. Like, The Fine Print is amazing. It is smutty Disneyland, and it is one of the best books you'll ever read in your entire life. If you're in a reading slump and you like romance books, pick up The Fine Print, you will not regret it. And then lastly, someone says The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. I don't actually own The Night Circus. I don't have any interest in reading it, but it seems like a cool book. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Those are some of your favorite books of 2022. It was definitely really interesting to see what you guys like and all that kind of stuff. It's really fun. This is my first time really asking you guys questions over on Instagram to kind of see what you guys do and don't like and all that kind of stuff. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram, please do. I post a lot on my stories because I'm an annoying human being like that, but it is super useful. That's gonna be it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like button down below. If you wanna see more of me, please go to my channel, and until next time, thanks so much everyone. Bye-bye.